Fabian people kind of looking down their nose at Rashmani people. It seems like perhaps the tragedy that has befallen this town has kind of like amped up some of the tension between the people who live here.
So the leader just got murdered. There's like a race riot that's about to break out, and we showed up on
that day
in the afternoon. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
Out of our cave and onto the road, toward the town in the distance we head. Amidst my travel music, loud thunder cracks, a man in his cart surrounded by undead. Sam's the name, he says, and this here's Bethany, patting the curious tool on his side. Onward we go to Mir, it be, where hospitality is a must to stay inside. Our hearts empty of malice and our pockets full of gold, we to the butcher with our patronage. If you want a meal, he declares after selling his cuts, head down to center of town, across the bridge. An unruly mob craving justice with stone, until we run afoul, Operation 10 Pins hits home.
Welcome to another episode of PeakD&D, folks. Last time, boy, did we have a great time. So, you found the town of Mir, built in the middle of an anti-magic zone. You discovered that some of Tony's magic seems to work anyway, which is pretty weird. You discovered a man about to be pelted with stones until death, apparently for the murder of a local town leader. But you intervened in by releasing a giant bird and sending Triss after it, and everybody was somehow surprised when the bird stopped rampaging through the crowd and started pecking at Triss. And that's about where we left things, as angry, suspicious villagers out for blood begin to encircle you. What would you like to do?
Help! Someone get this atrocity off me!
Quentin? I'm gonna throw myself in between Kevin and Triss.
Who?
Quinn and Triss.
Who?
Quinn and
Darcel
Jones of Clan Jaguar.
We'll get some public domain cat noises in there.
I'll find some.
All right. So you can throw yourself in front of the angry bird. The angry bird immediately calms down and regards you somewhat goofily.
We must get that bird under control. And now that we have...
we take our leave.
Toodaloo.
Who are you? Why have you come here?
Our hearts are empty of malice and our purses are full of coin.
That they are.
There is some angry murmuring. So you know the password to the gate. That does not answer my question. Why are you here?
Well, we have traveled from far away, and we are just seeing new traditions and different sorts of societies, and unfortunately, our good friend Quinn, that Axebeak that you see there, just got spooked inside the town, and we had to chase after him, and apparently he ran into you, good lot.
Your large bird interrupted us. We were in the midst of bestowing justice.
It did, and I am very sorry for that indeed, but now that we have him under control...
3 strangers come to town the day our Führer dies.
Well, when you put it like that...
Yeah, no, we just got here though.
Like 5 minutes ago we walked through the town.
Rock solid alibi. I showed them the fillets. we
went to Antolino's. We got some rations, Our bird got spooked, and here we are. And we can leave you to your stoning. Justice.
There's some angry murmuring. You don't think they're quite buying it.
Cool.
Some of them start to like inch a little bit closer.
That's all I got.
I'm terribly sorry. Won't happen again.
Well,
So my background feature says that people like generally respond to me like sort of like I'm pathetic.
No, yeah, I know. Haunted one, yeah?
Yeah. Like, does that do anything here? Are they just like, oh, let's not fuck with this guy?
You're just giving puppy dog eyes.
I mean,
I'll pick myself
unless
up.
you have shown yourself to be a danger to them, I
Dust
guess.
myself off.
Is the wording of that.
Is the thing.
Now I appreciate y'all are not the most encouraging of tourism, and folks are not always the most welcoming in your hallowed walls. And we mean no disrespect. We were just passing through. We will be on our way, and we are sorry for your furor and your disturbance.
Behind you, there comes a feminine voice. The strangers are not to be harmed. You have no evidence of your accusation. The crowd kind of turns and looks. You see a rail-thin woman holding a long staff and wearing an ornate mask.
Cool.
The other members of the crowd all immediately drop their stones.
Oh.
I incline my head ever so slightly.
Same.
These people come to our walls in search of sanctuary, as all of you once did. The Fira's murderer will be punished when they are found and convicted of their crime. Return to your homes. And they all immediately scatter. So sorry that you've had a poor impression of our community.
Well, you certainly have a way with your words, now do you?
My words are respected.
I
They come from the
certainly see
Wicklarn.
The Wicklarn?
I don't suppose there's any way we can thank you for your intervention. You may have just saved our lives.
I require no thanks for preventing a stain on my people's souls. I am something of a respected figure in this community. It would not be kind to my people to allow them to indulge this kind of mindless, vengeance-seeking violence. Our community is not always welcoming, but I hope that you will not allow this to sour your opinion of my people. They are hurt, and they are seeking justice for a very terrible crime.
Yes, so we heard when we were purchasing some rations at a local butcher shop.
What did that?
Seems it's like the leader was unceremoniously
That
taken.
is unfortunately the case. We awoke this
Beloved.
morning to a great clamor from the citadel. Our man, Ilya, his own son found him insensate on the ground. I was not there, but there was blood everywhere apparently, and quite the gruesome affair. The poor child must be so distraught.
Oh, I couldn't even imagine.
I don't suppose you would let us treat you to a dinner for your kindness. We do have these lovely cuts of meat, however.
I assume you mean no offense. The Wicklarn are prohibited from eating animal flesh.
Of course I mean no offense.
I understand. It is a life that requires much sacrifice, although much is granted in return. You are new in town, yes?
Indeed, we just rolled in
I have a
today.
feeling I would have heard about your arrival otherwise.
Well, you certainly have. Here
Well,
we
we-
are.
We kind of saw this group getting a little bit out of hand, and there was some fellas up there, and one was trying to keep the other one from being stoned.
Not really sure
Ah.
where they went off. to.
Someone was trying to protect the man they accused.
Yeah,
Indeed.
A lot of tattoos around his face. kind of
I had thought
drab
so. That
robe.
must be Xanthus. I have a great deal of influence with the local folks from Rashomon. He is a similar figure of the Thavian settlers. They respect him, as do I. He is a competent physician. The town would need someone with his talents if he were not here.
Well, he got out of here in a hurry. I'm not sure where he.
Not sure where they went off to.
I am certain he is getting the man to safety. And as well,
No good deed goes unpunished, I suppose. As I like dust myself off the scratch marks from the bird.
there is something interesting about you.
You mean more than the fact that I'm a talking cat. That seems to be what gets most of the folks.
I have seen stranger things in the world of spirits, but you are interesting. If you would like to know more about our little community, you might speak with that Xanthus fellow, or you could come see me at the cathedral.
Are we all looking to find some friends?
Ah, I see. You wish to stay in Mir for some time then?
Quite possibly, if these accommodations allow.
Well, you will need to find a host then. With the things the way they are, I do not think that simply asking from any citizen will help.
No,
Tell
certainly
you,
not.
the Ukon meets tonight at the cathedral. Join us there.
Yukon.
Very well.
The town council. We advised Ilya Arfira when he was alive. Now I suppose we shall advise his son.
I was actually going to ask how secession was handled.
It is hereditary. The boy is entitled to his father's position. Let us hope he is also entitled to his father's wisdom.
This boy, how old is he?
He is of 9.
Is there a regent or somebody who helps him, or how does it work around here?
Well, the Ukon is responsible for advising him, but to try and usurp his authority would be a violation of our principles. It is his birthright.
And will the good doctor with the tattoos, is he part of the council as well? Or is that a
He is.
different?
He is part of the Ukon, the leaders of the town communities. He is one, I am another. Our esteemed sheriff is a third. And that's mostly it, I think. We had someone who was who kept an eye on the farmers, but then the sheriff bought out all the farms, so now he just represents them all.
I see.
Curious. I don't suppose you'd be willing to point us in the direction where we might get a delicious meal this evening.
Ah, you want Nastika's tent?
Outstanding.
All right.
She's not far from here. The market square is supposed to be bustling with commerce. I imagine we put a bit of a buzzkill on that. But Nastika's tent is in the upper northwest corner. She will take good care of you.
All right. We shall pay her a visit.
And we'll come by the Ukon this evening.
Please do. I'd be delighted to receive you.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Do not thank me yet. I have not bestowed it.
Yeah. We gotta be careful with that word here.
Oh yeah, your kindness. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I assume you mean no offense.
I don't.
Though he
I
does
assume you are correct.
though he does make that a challenge at times.
And she turns and heads off toward a very large building to the south.
So we're supposed to be polite, but we can't say thank you.
So
This place is very
yeah, we
weird.
can. We just can't say hospitality because that's like a thing.
Well, and I think if we were to offer her a vegetarian fare, she probably maybe would have said yes.
It's a nice veggie stew or something.
Oh, lucky us.
We'll put meat in yours. That's fine.
I would like to go to this tent and get some food and take a load off.
Yeah?
Alrighty.
Let's do so.
It appears to be a fairly large, like sort of pavilion-style tent. There are fragrant aromas coming out of it. It appears to be mostly lit by candles at each of the tables. And a very large woman greets you enthusiastically as you enter.
Yes, hello. We would like to fare some of your food.
You come to the right place. Nastinka's tent is best place to eat in town.
So we have heard.
Please be seated. You look famished.
Huh.
That we are.
All
I
right.
could eat.
She sets you down and runs to the other side of the tent where she's got like 4 or 5 cook pots going at once, and starts cooking up a storm.
She's quite adapted.
Sweet.
So after a few minutes, she comes out with some. They look like skewers, some sort of beef and
yeah.
like tough. Like the vegetables are a little tough. The soil's pretty rocky here.
Yeah.
But you do manage to get a really good meal.
Awesome.
Dessert, she brings out blueberries and cream.
Oh my god. I just start purring.
Your friend, I think she likes it.
Oh yes, very much so. We haven't had home-cooked meals like this in quite some
You're
time.
no speaking. You're too skinny. You're speaking. You should be eating.
Blueberries.
Tastes pretty darn good, honestly.
Way better than the
Yeah.
Underdog food.
Yeah, right?
You got full bellies for a mere 5 gold.
Eat your total.
Total for all of you.
Take it out of the
We
group
just pay the
funds.
5.
It works, yeah. No,
Angela
yeah.
gave it
Just
back.
pay the 5 grand. Call it good.
Yep.
What's the
Oh,
local
good.
dress like? What have I seen many women?
You're seeing
about?
a lot of animal skins. It looks
Well.
like yeah, out there.
You're already wearing that.
I know. I can't
So
ready
some of the people you're seeing, I mean, most of the Rashamani people that you're seeing, they're wearing animal skins or they're wearing like coarse spun kind of clothing. A lot of the Thavians that you've run into, you can tell they're Thavians by this. They appear to be wearing woven garments that are a little bit nicer. They're still not very colorful. They're kind of drab, but they seem to be like a little more artisanally crafted.
Okay.
It's like a sand-colored dress.
Oh boy, would I ever? Cool.
Alrighty. So you guys fill your bellies up and feeling much safer than you were a minute ago. You still have probably 3-4 hours until your meeting at the cathedral. Is there anything that you would like to do?
Wander around town, get a lay of, like, see where the Rashmani sections are and the Thavian sections are. I assume that it's like not segregated, but I
Not
imagine.
segregated, but you notice definite patterns
Yeah, of
if
course.
you guys spend some time walking around. So I'll go ahead and bring up the map, and so will Tony through the magic of editing.
Once again.
So, the town of Mir has, it's basically cut in half by a very large river called the Gila.
Okay.
There are 3 gates into town. The one you came in is called the Iron Hall Gate. The northmost gate is called the Witch's Way, and that has a road that leads to Rashomon. The Red Way is heading out southwest from the town. That leads to Thay.
Okay, sure.
And pretty much you can guess what the general composition of the town is. There are most of the houses are inside the walls. Some of them are outside. They are obviously less nice houses. But the river itself seems to kind of form a north-south boundary. Yeah, most of the Thavian houses are sort of crowded on the Red Way outside of the city gates. And the southwesternmost part of the city is where most of the Thavians who live inside the wall appear to be setting up. On the gate, the Iron Hall Gate, That appears to mostly be commercial. There's a lot of shops there, lots of people barking. There's some stands, but the market is apparently it's all tents and like farm stands. Just people bringing stuff into town and selling it in the middle of town. And you see a good mix of both peoples there. Although it does seem a little bit tense right now. Like there's a lot of like, Fabian people like making a weird like symbol over their chests and hissing when Fabians cross their paths, and Fabian people kind of looking down their nose at Rashmani people. It seems like perhaps the tragedy that has befallen this town has kind of like amped up some of the tension between the people who live here.
So the leader just got murdered. There's like a race riot that's about to break out, and we showed up on
that day,
the afternoon.
Yeah.
Great. Cool.
Nobody talks to you when you're walking around the town.
Yeah.
Some people cross the street so that you won't cross their paths.
Alrighty. And then she said that the farmers used to be on the council, but the sheriff bought all the farms and now represents
the farmers
and his own
interests. Yes.
And there was a 9-year-old kid who's about to assume the throne, for lack of a better term.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
What are all these, is that who these hammer people are? The sheriffs?
Hammer hands?
Yeah, you got a good lay of the land. You're pretty sure you know roughly where the lines are drawn in terms of the community.
Yep.
And that eats up a couple hours.
Yeah. And on the way, I would have wanted to because he told me where the gambling's at.
So yeah, kind of scope that area out.
Yeah. Just like how to get there. And,
yeah, it's kind of out of the way. There aren't any major bridges that cross the river there, so it's kind of tucked away in a corner. But
cool.
You don't see anything outwardly that might suggest there's a den of iniquity here. But
No.
Do we see any of these hammer soldier guys?
You do periodically, yeah. They appear to be patrolling the town. They look like they're kind of trying to keep people from like organizing too much. Like this is probably not the first riot that the town has seen today. So they're just kind of like dispersing crowds that are loitering around inside the home.
Do they seem like particularly on edge or anything? Like, are they like?
Well, they're definitely alert, but they don't look like they're like going out of their way to like They're not looking for an excuse to break out the truncheon.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'd be cool to just chill until it's time for city council.
Yeah, I would have found a stable or something and paid to.
Right. So the easiest place to do that would be on the north end of town along the Witch's Way.
Okay.
Most of the cattle ranches and farms are to the north of the town, upstream. So there are quite a few like stables outside. You find roll investigation.
Awesome.
Yes, we need to get this bird under control.
16.
With a 16, yeah, that's enough. You are able to leave your steamed bird with the horsemaster, who runs one of the larger stables.
I assume he is like molting like crazy, adjusting to this new climate.
Yeah, right. He looks
Like
like he's
his-
probably, at least very itchy and irritable.
His
off
downy
and I'm
feathers. Yeah. His downy feathers are just like sloughing off of him at this point.
How much do you think we could get from the butcher?
He didn't mean that, Quinn.
Quinn?
She didn't mean that.
I am Ivan, horsemaster. I have same accent as butcher. It's difficult to do accent and have more than one voice, so you get this.
I like it. Yeah, I don't know how much it costs to. Is it part of that? Is that part of the like lifestyle cost? Or-
Yeah, we can factor that into the lifestyle cost. Yeah, I think getting like lodging for your mounts is part of that.
Okay.
So pay your 2 gold today. And
Thank you, Yvonne.
hey, no problem. Here, take a receipt. I don't have any other giant bird, but just in case. Strange things happening in town today.
Our coat check. All right.
Awesome. So yeah, I think if we'll just sort of get a maybe just get a feel for what's going on and like.
Oh, I think we got the feel. Race riot,
Dead leader.
foul play.
I love our trips together.
And a 9-year-old king.
I look forward to going someplace nice someday. But the blueberries were good.
Is there a?
mean,
is there?
I would
There's like
argue
a.
this
The
is so-
Citadel is like the
Nicer
palace.
than
It's not really a palace. It's more like a heavily fortified manor house.
Okay.
But yeah, it's there's little mistaking it.
Low bar.
It has its own wall.
low
I
bar.
think we should end up there if you want to go play someplace fancy. Go talk to little boy king.
Little boy king.
I bet he's
We've
never
come to
seen the
pay
likes of you.
homage.
Well, I appreciate the suggestion.
We've come to bend the knee.
On behalf of the Sword Coast,
Emissaries from
East Haven, Icewind Dale.
Yes. With our
Welcome to
tribute,
Towns, which
we've
to pay
brought
tribute
you
to the move here.
a giant throne.
huzzah!
Oh.
We get which
We
we.
could bestow him the. We could bestow him the throne.
I don't want to walk an hour away just to bring it
But
back.
they don't even like tips.
Maybe
So
it's a parting gift. We'll see.
All right.
Yeah, I guess we'll go to the
Yakin?
Ukon.
Ukon?
Make your way toward the cathedral. Very good.
I suppose so.
So the sun, as you're, checking in your bird, holding your bird receipts and mentally marking the location of the gambling den, the sun begins to set, and by 6:30 p.m. it is largely dark in the city. The walls are kind of impeding the last rays of the sun.
I feel so much better.
Were most of the people human that we've seen?
Almost all of them, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
You're pretty sure you
stick out
saw
like
like a
way
dwarf
sore
or two.
Yeah.
Maybe you saw a halfling at some point. It might have just been a really stocky child.
It was the king!
Almost all
the
humans,
king.
yeah.
Okay. The Fuhrer, sorry.
But you, as the sun has set on this very tense day in town, you kind of feel a vibe change.
Like,
I mean, I feel better.
Kinda, yeah.
okay.
You've walked through neighborhoods where it wasn't impossible to get knifed before. You're kind of getting a pretty similar feeling right now.
Okay.
Perhaps we should tread lightly.
Few shutters slammed shut.
Great.
So you are making your way up from the
Purge Town.
Witch's
It's Purge
Way.
Town.
It's a touchdown.
So, as you continue along, why don't you preemptively make me some perception checks
Without disadvantage.
without disadvantage,
Well, I was gonna say,
because
since-
it's night.
And or stealth.
Since we both have dark vision, and presumably not many other people in this town do, does that give us any...
Well, it's still twilight kind of conditions. It's
Okay.
not pitch black yet,
Yeah.
but yes, ultimately it will help.
I got a 16.
16.
Thank God for Quentin.
Yep.
All right, I'll just take that as my answer.
Yep.
11.
All right, 11 and 8. Well, okay.
Well, that's why I'm here.
Suppose we were to alter this map in some interesting
My superpowers are supposed to turn on in the dark.
I know.
He's having a great time.
Kevin
Spa day.
he's safe. He's having a lovely time. Everything's
dog.
good.
Yeah, Dog Party
there, like a
USA.
tra-la-las.
Dog Party USA.
They're giving him a big.
Yeah,
like,
well,
I just
you
imagine
guys
like a
are
Wizard
gonna
of
have-
Oz sequence.
You guys are going to have adventures in this town, but Kevin is just—it's like a vacation resort for him.
Yeah.
Yvonne was good to me.
He comes back with like a bunch of bows in his hair.
I hope so.
All right. So, Kane, you are pretty sure you see some not too terribly well-intentioned people up ahead.
But I put my hood on now.
You put your crime hood up. It does not seem to ward off the encounter.
This is my crime.
I have a special cloak for this.
So you see one man just kind of standing in the middle of the road, just like menacingly standing there.
Nice.
And he doesn't make any like moves towards you, but good old Quentin here is pretty sure he sees some folks moving in the shadows. nearby.
Are there buildings around?
Let's see here. This, you're heading down. Yeah, there are buildings around, sort of on the, you can see on the map there where
Those two?
Yeah, those two. Those are real buildings. The two squat towers there are real towers.
Okay.
Yeah, you could see more beyond the pretend bridge.
Cool.
I whisper back to the two of them, back to Triss and Mino.
Who?
My friends Darcel Jones of Clan Jaguar and Arthur Watley.
Whenever you say that, leave room for the soundbite.
My good friend Darcel Jones of Clan Jaguar. and
Mr.
you're doing it, Mr. Watley.
Mr. Watley.
Thank you.
Keep him up there, big boy. I'd say 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Hang back.
What was the code? 10 pans?
Operation 10 Pin. No, that's if you want Kevin to run straight in and disperse the crowd.
What if you just run in and we'll just start picking people off?
Is that how this is gonna go?
All right.
Or not. I mean, I don't know. You're the tactician.
I mean, I don't think these guys are up to any good. Hello there, friend. You seem lost.
There is no response.
I don't suppose we've been properly introduced to you or your friends. Allow me to introduce 2 friends of mine, left and right.
All right.
I'm just gonna shove him out of the way first.
All right, well,
Let us pass.
Put your mini where he is.
So I'm gonna try to
where your mouth is.
Put your mini where your mouth is. There you go.
I'm actually going to
I like it.
stay.
Maybe I won't come quite there. Yeah, everybody be content with the square you're standing in. So you go to shove him. He ducks and comes for you with a knife. So what is your... Well, let's roll initiative.
Sounds fitting.
Nobody's surprised by this. Let's roll initiative.
Jesus.
21.
21. Well, Kane, I think you're going to go before he will.
5.
Dirty 20.
You might not, Tony.
I
Tris,
won't.
Dirty 20. Bad guys.
Two
And
so far
then...
in this session.
no more left. All right. It would appear you have run afoul of some street toughs. Kane, that guy just tried to go for you with a knife.
I would like to. I will punch him in the face.
Go for it.
All right. Oh wow. Does a 10 get this guy?
Not quite, I am afraid.
All right. Then I will attempt to grapple
We're all attempting to do a lot of things. Go ahead and roll it.
instead of an offhand attack. That'll work. That's a 23.
A 23 will definitely grab.
Yeah. Then I will just like kind of grab the knife, and just like hook him under and grapple.
Gotcha. Very good. So you have got him in a chokehold. Triss, your turn.
How tall are these buildings?
Let's see, the ones that you are
Specifically
close
this
to?
one.
Specifically that one. All right. About 12-ish feet tall. The ramp is leading up to a door on it.
Cool. And I can't see those guys yet.
You are close enough. Roll perception. No action needed.
He did allude to us that there were.
2 left.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you know that there are dudes there.
Natural 20.
Oh yeah, you can see them.
Okay, what are they armed with?
It looks like they have heavy crossbows and are holding clubs at their hips.
Which one do they seem to have?
They have a bead on the really big guy who's beating the shit out of their friend. Right now.
Crossbows. Yeah, I got you. Cool. So then I'm going to move, climb, shoot.
Fair enough. Your cat claws make that very easy. And who you shooting at?
One of the dudes with the crossbows.
Okay, crossbow dude.
Yeah, whichever one looks like they're paying the least attention.
Great. That would be Lefty.
Great. Lefty. Does a 21 hit?
Oh, it certainly does.
Suck it, Lefty. 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Well, Lefty didn't like that much.
Yeah.
Ooh. You hear something in the local language, and it doesn't sound flattering.
Cool.
Then it is bad guys.
Oh, I should have said Tango and Cash. Damn it.
Next time. I think you'll have plenty of time. To
Damn it, I
introduce
should have said Zac Efron.
Your left and your right.
All right,
Left
so
and right. That's all I had today.
Dis and Troy. Because they're two famous cities.
Yeah.
All right, these guys do not have ranged weapons, so they're going to run out and fight Kane. This guy is going to shoot Kane as intended, and Lefty's going to shoot at the cat person who just hurt him a lot.
I'll just stand here.
In the middle of it all.
Hey.
Not being noticed at all.
Quite a lot.
I'm just taking notes for my journal.
Kane, one guy.
Oh, that
has
was a great
21
shot. I'm
to
gonna
hit.
write that
That
down.
will hit me.
21 to hit Kane for 12 damage.
Woof. Ouch.
Got you good with that one. And
those hit
Triss, your guy has an 11.
Somehow not enough.
Misses you. Moving on. And then this guy's gonna club ya and club ya. So Kane, you are missed with a 12. And missed again with a 6. And then it's Knife Guy, who is grappled, but still gonna try and stab you.
First of all,
And he's got a 16.
16 is what you need.
All right, so you will take a bit of stabbing damage.
No.
You will take 3 of stabbing damage.
Oh.
And Mina Morley.
So, College of Bards Whisper, Psychic Blades, but on the description it says a weapon attack.
Yes.
So that could be ranged.
That's ranged, yeah.
Yeah, that is potentially.
And it's expending a bardic inspiration, therefore should arguably work.
It's psychic. It runs off of a non-magical thing.
Attacks magically toxic to creature's mind.
Yeah, you know, it's
Says the word magic.
it's really stretching the definition of psionic, but it
It
works.
It is. I'm gonna put a pin in that though.
What's that?
I just want to ask about that. I'm gonna put a pin in that.
All right, it's pinned.
And Crown of Madness worked before, so I'm gonna do Crown of Madness on this guy.
That man. All right.
Because you have the leader grappled, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wisdom save or bad thing.
Well, the one in the middle. I don't know if that's the leader. That was the bait.
Wisdom save is a 16.
Damn it. Shucks.
You rolled lucky. Very good.
That's my turn.
That is your turn. Very good.
I'll use my bardic inspiration on Kane. For as a bonus action.
Very good. Kane, bonus action. Inspiration for you.
Inspiration.
All right.
And Kane, you are up next.
All right. Well, this
I
guy
whisper into
is
your
going to
mind.
take D4 of damage. Where'd my D4s go? I moved them.
There's your lunch on
Oh,
toast.
no, they're not.
Cool.
He'll take 4 points of damage
He's been forward in the face.
from me. Then I will attempt to hit another one.
Very good.
Just holding one.
Yep. It's cocked. Much better. 20. A lot. 26.
26. All right. 26. Yeah, you hit him.
All right. So that's that is a D8 with the unarmed. So that is 7 points of damage. And then as a bonus action, I will attempt to grapple that one as well.
Gotcha.
Just grabbing all of them. So that's a dirty 20 strength athletics.
All right. Dirty 20 athletics. Nope. A 6 don't beat that, so you got it.
So I have
2 dudes in a headlock.
I've grappled 2 of them.
I would
can
like you
still
to
attack.
remember this feeling. This feeling of having people in a headlock.
I will remember it.
Do.
Great.
That will not. I'm sure nothing bad will ever
No,
happen.
not ominous at all.
Not
Just put ominous foreshadowing.
ominous foreshadow.
Remember when you had
Yeah,
this
it's sort of
feeling?
why
That's
like I feel a little comfortable like fighting with my fists and just grappling with people.
Grabbing and twisting and breaking things.
Yeah, it's like there's something about it that's a little eerily comfortable.
Yeah. I've never been more at ease than when I'm holding 2 guys in a headlock.
Pretty much. Then that is my turn. And I'm ranged attacks. Is it ranged attacks? No, they just can't move.
Yeah, I just put the baseball cards down.
Yeah.
I think these are the ones that can possibly work. Well, have mine still.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's all. They just can't move.
All right, they cannot move, so they won't.
Their speed is 0.
Tris, it is now your turn.
Do I think the alchemist fire is magical, or is
No,
it not magical?
you are
Okay.
pretty sure that is just like
Alchemy.
science in a bottle.
Yeah, cool. Well, we should save that. I was just more curious. And okay, before
Maybe when they're not surrounding me.
It only
Details.
it doesn't
Never-
splash.
I would like to attempt to use my tides of chaos to see what happens.
Okay, so let's read the text on Tides of Chaos for the folks at home. Unless you don't have them, in which case I will.
I mean, I can find them.
All right.
I just was not. I was ill prepared for that specifically. Tides of chaos. Probably not going to work out well for me. So you can manipulate the forces of chance and chaos to gain advantage on one attack roll, ability check, or saving throw. Once you do so, you must finish a long rest before you can use this feature again. Anytime you regain the use of this feature, the DM can have you roll a Wild Magic Surge table immediately after you cast a sorcerer level. So yeah, it can trigger a surge if you choose after
Nothing
I regain it.
magical.
Interesting.
about it.
So, what would you like to do with that Tides of Chaos?
Give myself advantage to attempt to shoot the dude who's shooting me again.
Very good. Roll that attack with advantage.
Oh, cool. Jesus. I mean, I guess it's better. I rolled a 1 and a 5. 11.
Well, damn. So the good news is 11 hits,
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay.
and the better news is
Wild magic.
roll a
happens.
D100.
Oh, shit.
I know. Okay.
Interesting.
I've been waiting for you
You
to
just
try
self-combust
this.
on the roof.
Possibly. I
Whenever
don't
you
know.
manipulate the forces of
72.
fate.
72,
I
huh?
like it. I like it.
How very interesting. Also, roll me a D20.
Oh, boy.
There's something about those the
9.
tempting fate that just always works out for us.
It does. All the time. Every single time.
All right. And you call upon the Tides of Chaos to favor you. They barely do. But something about utilizing that ability in this place feels like reaching across a great distance and feeling something clasp your hand. And suddenly you feel magic surge through your body. And 10d6 fireball.
Whoa!
Okay.
Might have to go lay low after this one, guys.
Explosion! 31 points of fire damage. They char and die.
Whoa!
Don't fuck with the cat. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you.
You made me do that.
It was pent up. What do
All
the
right.
other guys do?
The other guys, well, the one that isn't in a headlock,
Just saw a 10d6 fire
Wicklon!
off.
Wicklon! And runs the hell away, jumping into the river.
Of course.
Sweet. The other two are freaking their shit and trying to stab Kane so that he will let them go.
They can also attempt an acrobat if they want to break the grapple. They can try.
You know what? That's probably more what they try at this point. They
They can use
do not
acrobatics.
want any part of what they just witnessed.
Yeah. They can. I guess I'd have to roll individually for each of them.
Yeah,
to
so the
contest it.
first guy has got a 17.
Oh, that was so close to a natural 20. I got a 9 that time.
Okay, so that guy breaks away.
Hey.
Which one's that?
That would be Blondie.
Okay.
And the other guy has a 5.
Yeah, it's 17.
So
Hold on, managed to hold on to that one.
this guy is just running the hell away. He also jumps in the river and ceases to be relevant to this fight. You got one left. He tried to escape.
Random question: would that trigger an opportunity attack?
I think
It running away?
probably would. One of them would.
Well, the one running away.
Well, the one running away because now you have a free arm. Yeah, the first guy
Yeah.
who ran.
First
that's
one who
that's
ran,
my
ran.
like. Does he just break away and run, or can I? I don't know. I'll
yeah,
try.
you can make an opportunity attack. You got a reaction.
Well, maybe not. That's a 12.
A 12 does hit him.
All right, so I'll just boff him in the back of the head for.
Big pop.
13 points of damage.
All right. Well, that guy doesn't make it to the river. He makes it to here and dies. All right.
Anyone else thinking about going somewhere?
Kane, your turn.
Kane sweeping up the field mice and bopping them on the head.
So suplex for 1 point of damage this time. And then,
Suplex?
well, could they just take, if I'm grappled, my unarmed fighting style gives you a d4 of damage at the beginning of my turn.
Yeah, they just take damage by being
Just
stuck in a
being
headlock.
held.
Getting choked out.
Yeah,
Yep.
because I was like, we're grappling for the rest of the I was slapping him. And then,
And this is what feels comfortable to you.
I feel right. I feel right, Tris.
Oh,
I mean, I'm sorry, Darcel Jones of Clan Jaguar.
All right. Give it 1.5 seconds every time.
All right.
I am so sorry, not sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I'm not sorry about any of this.
And then I will shout out, do we keep one alive then?
I mean, we could certainly. Why? I don't know. Talk to him.
You want to live through this?
Okay, fine.
All right. I'm going to ease off your jugular a little bit. But know that I could. And I will hold my action if he runs to punch him.
To biff him.
Yeah.
All right.
Or he still knows.
Not unless the guy runs.
Yeah. Just
But
sort of,
I mean,
I'm just
like,
sort of
I
like
assume
standing
you're all like
menacingly.
ready to like
At this
open
point, yeah,
fire.
like if I can move in closer.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just, I'm going to let go of the grapple, but I'm going to like
Yeah, just be ready to engage with him. I assume that you've got a beat on him with your crossbows and stuff.
I believe you jumped the wrong group of people.
Jump the right group. You just turned out to be more powerful than we planned.
What do you mean by right group?
You are not just traveling strangers. You are too strong.
I mean, I hired help because I was traveling.
Oh, we kept a smart one.
You come to this town. I don't care what the Wicklords say. You came here on the day he died. You are responsible. I do not know how, but you are.
I mean, to be fair, we got here like way after that happened. That was in the morning. We came in like
Yeah, we
mid-afternoon.
were here like the afternoon, so your timeline.
That's just the first time anyone saw you.
Listen, I'm trying to be logical with you, my friend.
I appreciate that you are angry and that you want your justice. We had nothing to do with your Fuhrer's unfortunate passing.
You allow the Red Wizard to escape with his protege.
The bird acted of his own accord.
You lie.
I'm trying. Listen,
You stink of lies.
listen, friend. If we find a person who did this, maybe you could tell your other friends that we're not so bad after all.
You bring justice.
That's all I got.
to fear.
I don't know.
Yes, if we were to bring justice for your Führer, then what? What if we were to find the killer of your beloved leader?
You find the killer?
Yes.
You're serious?
You scoff all you want. You don't know anything about us. What if we were sent here to save your
I
city?
know you appeared on the day he died.
To save your city. Have you ever thought about that? I didn't think so.
Ah, you speak like a witch. Your words are hard to follow, and
And I
Labyrinthine.
throw fire like a witch.
Yes, I did witness that. It was very terrifying. How did you do that?
Wouldn't you like to know?
She has her ways.
Okay. Well, yes, that was quite frightening. Please don't kill me with your dark magic the way you killed Arfira.
Deal.
Okay, so I go then.
Can I kill him now?
Whoa, hold on a minute here.
They said honor. They said this town's big on the honors. They already hate us. Maybe they'll be here. We let one go. Yes, and tell your friends we're here to save the city.
Perhaps we're not.
I tell them I don't think they'll be very persuaded without actions, but
Well, we just got here.
As you said.
And you'll be an early adopter. Once we
okay.
have.
Well, the dark scary cat witch says I can go. You let me go now?
You
I'll give you a 5-second head start.
Oh, that's awful. Okay, running, and he jumps in the river.
1, 2.
I suggest we make haste.
I hope he knows how to swim, honestly.
Swift and stealthy to the Ukon.
Swift
Yes.
and stealthy to the Ukon. Well, why don't you roll me some stealth about it then?
Before them.
Killing me, man. You're killing me.
Aside from one nasty crossbow wound, not too bad at combat.
Dirty
10.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, all right. Well, every time Triss spots something that looks like it might be trouble, she's able to steer the party around it.
Yeah, no, I got it.
So, yeah, you guys managed to get to the cathedral without any further incident. A large, strange-looking building that looks architecturally nothing like the rest of the town greets you. As you ascend the steps, you find that large vines or possibly tree roots are interwoven with the stone. It looks almost as organic as it does constructed.
Very interesting.
To the point where this doesn't seem like this building was here before the city, or
You're not sure. It doesn't, yeah, it may well be older than the
no,
rest
it
of the
was built
city.
around the city.
One
Interesting.
of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
So there is a man in chainmail holding a big old maul who at the door. He sees you, clearly recognizes the very distinctive people he was told to expect, and steps aside.
Heart full of coins, pocket of malice.
You're gonna have to get that right one day, or not. All right, so you enter the cathedral. It looks like it's like basically, well, kind of cross-shaped. There are two like sort of wings off of the center sort of preaching area that are filled with pews. There are pews that are all across the way as you enter. Within, you can see 3 people standing around an altar, and lying on the altar, surrounded by candles and small scraps of paper and what look like flowers, is a body underneath a sheet.
This was not the town council meeting I was expecting.
I was told to be punch and pie.
Within, you see 3 living people. One of them, the masked woman from earlier, the man with the facial tattoos, and a dwarf with brilliant orange hair, pulled back into a tight ponytail, who's sort of glowering from the corner.
He's probably the sheriff.
Well, he's the only one we haven't seen yet.
This is correct.
Well, we only saw the other one from a distance. Before Quinn ran in there. Saved the day.
Yeah, sure. That's one version of events.
That is one version of those events. So I guess make our way very politely, very humbly.
Yep.
Is there any, like, voodoo we gotta do to come in here? Like, turn around, spit sometimes? I don't know. Alright.
None of that will be necessary. You can come in.
Thank you. Just trying to mind our manners.
As I told you before, these are the ones who intervened in your friend's attempted lynching, Xanthus. The man in the tattoos clearly recognizes you, gives you a half bow. I can only apologize for the poor impression our community no doubt made. As you can tell, we are not at our best at this moment.
Xanthus?
Xanthus, yes.
That is certainly true, but we are also quite out of our element, so we are not so quick to judge.
You hear a harumph from the corner.
And it seems as though we have come on a
Harumph.
most
Harumph!
chick palm, get your own. Unfortunate day for your city.
Yeah,
Unfortunate indeed. The little boy claims his father was murdered, and he will not allow me to examine the scene of the crime.
Well, from the way I heard it told, there was a tremendous amount of blood.
And so I've been told. Wish to verify the young boy's story.
It certainly checks out why he wouldn't allow you to see it.
That's not a matter for outsiders. The Yukon will discuss it.
Indeed.
We are here to decide the matter of hospitality.
Ah, yes.
This is, obviously, it's the worst.
Yeah.
I don't know you. I do not know why you come. I know you patronized one of my businesses. Thank you for that. But I cannot speak to your character. I will not offer hospitality. I, on the other hand, witnessed as you spoke for a man who was facing unjust execution. I respect this. And moreover, I see chaos within you. You are in need of guidance if you are to stay here. I will offer hospitality. And that leaves me. The man you saved was close to me. Reuben, an apprentice of mine. Innocent of the crime of which he is accused, as I am sure our sheriff will no doubt prove. I am grateful to you. I recognize the danger you faced in speaking for him. I will offer hospitality. Two of us have offered, one has not. With whom shall you accept hospitality?
Can we time out to have a moment to discuss this?
Of course, discuss the matter.
I say we go back to the butcher shop.
Well, we can
Totally
do that.
seemed cool.
We can do that
He
either
seemed
way.
really cool and a lot like that other guy we met
I'm
too.
afraid you choose one. You.
Listen,
Well, we don't have a. Yeah.
I didn't.
that one guy's a red wizard. We don't. Now he's here, so he might be a little different than the other ones. He's not in bright red. He's in sort of like peachy red. But like, I'm just saying, they're not exactly friends of people who don't like other people owning people. Traditionally speaking. I mean, maybe this guy's different. I don't know if you want to give him a chance.
I'm a little surprised by what happened earlier on the streets. I won't say that I am.
But this woman, she quickly came to our defense when it looked
That
like
is
things
true.
were
So
pretty,
mean towards her myself.
things were pretty rough.
Well, Mr. Watley, you are the one in
Well.
charge.
I do believe we will take hospitality from you, good ma'am. As I gesture to her.
She gives you a smile and gives you a little bow.
I don't believe I had the pleasure of your name.
No, indeed not. We have had such an exciting day. I am Nedolia Orlov, one of the Wicklarn of Rashomon, and the High Priestess of this cathedral.
I see.
You knew not these things about me, and yet you accepted my hospitality. That speaks well of you. Then before Bala and Larue and the Hidden One, I say that so long as you live under my roof, you shall be protected, and the folk of Mir shall know that you are not to be impeded.
We appreciate that.
And for you, little witchling, I have another gift.
Oh.
She reaches into one of dozens of pouches, hanging all.
I would take it. I would take it.
It is not a ball of yarn.
Is it a mouse?
It is not. It appears to be a small shard of gold inside a what looks like amber. It's sort of been fashioned into a kind of talisman.
Well, that is most charitable of you.
I think you will make good use of it while you are here.
I'm afraid I don't quite catch your meaning, but I shall do my best.
We will speak of this another time. For now, there is business of the town to discuss, and I am sure that you are quite tired. If you will, but follow me, I will show you to the chambers where you will be staying.
Thank you very
all
much.
right. What are the other two? Are they hanging out? Do they leave? What do they do?
They're still staying. The dwarf is like looking the same as he always did. The man with the tattoos looks disappointed, but not irate.
Yeah. Before we. No offense, man. We are happy to help your wrongly accused friend as well.
I'm glad Ruben's okay.
Angry mobs are not becoming.
Indeed not. There has been a rush to judgment. The many members of the community are quick to blame the Thavians in the event in times of crises, and the Thavians are quick to reciprocate.
Does seem rather tense.
If you would be interested in helping Ruben a bit more directly, perhaps we could speak at my, I hesitate to call it a lab, it's more of a shack, really. But it's along the Red Way. Ask for the town's physician and you'll find me.
Very well.
Physicians always make good friends.
Indeed.
Nadolia leads you past one of the worshipping, the big altar where the town leader is apparently lying in state, and leads you downstairs, down a set of stairs rather, into an undercroft. It's not super brightly lit, but there are torches on the wall. It's well constructed. It seems more stone than organic down here. But there are like little tufted growths of leaves and even some flowers coming in through roots in the walls. It seems like a restful enough place to stay. She leads you to what looks like some acolytes' chambers that are currently unused. There are just a couple of small chests for your effects and 3 comfortable beds.
Excellent.
And a jug of wine at each of the nightstands.
We chose well.
Yes, she knew her dates.
If only we had a jar of mayonnaise.
No, I appreciate it. Damn it. I appreciate you do have things to go attend to, but I am curious. This building appears to be different than all the others. Does it predate the town?
You are most astute. Yes, this was here. We can only assume it is an ancient construction of the Kanjian tribes that live in this area. This is where we knew that it was the perfect place to build the town. It is unusual for one of my status to be in such a remote place, especially one where the spirits are harder to contact. But I like it. It is the only place I have been where I felt as though true faith is possible.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you found that here.
We have found much of value here. It may not appear to you. You have seen only the ugly side of it. But there is something beautiful about this place.
I certainly hope to see it in the coming days.
Before you depart, in the interest of full disclosure, we did run into a few of your fellow kinsmen on the way here, and after a bit of a disagreement, we told them that we were indeed here to help this city through the crisis. So just so you know our intentions.
If you are sincere in this, I welcome it. We will speak of this in the morning.
That sounds good.
It's not every day you come into town there was an assassination. Just saying.
Indeed not.
We'd be glad to help.
We will need We will need to get to the bottom of this. If you are willing to assist me in this, I would be forever grateful.
Yes, we certainly shall. We certainly want to leave our.
Chaos and fate are funny forces. We seem to have crossed paths. Perhaps we make the best.
As the Hidden One wills.
As the hidden one will.
As the hidden one will be.
Does the hidden one? Does that name mean anything to me? What would one?
Do you have a religion?
Not proficient.
No, I mean, you could roll it. You could try it.
I do.
10.
Not really. Cool. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, it's very ominous sounding.
Yes,
but-
yes, very good. The Hidden One.
Sure.
15?
15, that's just the side of enough. So, yes, that is one of the less commonly used titles for Mistra, the goddess of magic.
All right, that's not nearly as bad as I was expecting. Hooray for good news!
Yeah, you're pretty sure that they're worshipped, that a lot of the major human gods are still worshipped in Rashomon, but they are typically, they typically have cultural names. That are
The other ones they said were Bala and LaRue. So
Yeah.
maybe we'll figure out who those guys are later.
Yes. Cool.
All right. Well,
Well, folks, you've had a busy day. Did you want to bed down there, or is there still trouble to get into this night?
I mean,
I think it's bedtime time.
I
gave us a jug of wine and a bed. I don't
Yeah.
go anywhere else.
I kind of want to go find Sam and gamble.
Oh, that's true. I just want to go do that.
But also, like, sneaking out of this temple. Like, I was not anticipating staying in a cathedral.
I don't think they're gonna stop us. Like, I mean, we'll just get into trouble on the way, but
But I would rather, well,
we're not prisoners.
no, but I also would rather sneak.
You have seen nothing that leads you to believe that you are prisoners.
Yeah.
We have hospitality.
I mean,
That's like
perhaps
that's like
it's something
diplomatic
we can do
immunity in this
tomorrow
town,
night.
essentially.
It's possible to do something tomorrow. Yeah, I guess before going to bed, I would like to case this joint for ways in, ways out, and that sort of thing.
All right, so roll some investigation.
Okay.
You want a little help?
I mean, if you're willing to help, but I don't.
Yeah, no, I'll go around. We should know the strengths and weaknesses of this place anyway.
Okay. Then I'll help you.
Oh yeah.
Because you're a lot better at this than I am.
Yeah.
And I'll help both.
Just
With
like
some.
mark exits, look for any
Just
we're not looking for secret doors. and
get the
crap.
lay of the land, right?
Yeah. You know, I'm good at climbing, so like tall windows
Yeah,
to
that's
get
better.
out of.
17.
17? Okay, that's pretty good.
With help.
So you guys case the joint. You find that this is part of the Undercroft appears to be a fairly involved complex. There are like priest quarters, most of which seem to be unoccupied at the moment. There is what appears to be a small library, not really filled with like leather-bound tomes, but with rolls upon rolls of furled papyrus. And there is also a large room that smells very strongly of fruit in varying stages of decay. It appears to be a fermentation room.
Yeah.
The cathedral does appear to prepare some sort of sacramental wine, and this is probably where they do it. With that having been said, with a 17, you notice that the room is ventilated because the fumes would otherwise cause a lot of problems. So if, hypothetically, you wanted to avoid being seen whilst leaving this building, if you had a pretty decent athletics check or cat claws, you could probably climb your way out the chimney.
Cool. And then from there, I'm sure I can make my way via rooftops and.
Yeah, you'd have to do a little bit of parkouring.
Oh,
It
of
wouldn't
course.
be easy, but
Yeah.
you're pretty sure that if you wanted to get out of this building without going through the main sanctuary of the church,
Yes.
you're pretty sure you could do it.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was hoping to discover. Did Sam make it sound like he was going to stick around for more than one night? Or?
Sam didn't seem to leave you a timetable, but he had a big cart full of lumber. He probably didn't have it, all bought in a
yeah.
single afternoon.
Okay. Cool.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, up to you if you wanted to do that this night.
Well, I don't want to like derail.
So, our heroes weary from their travels and the excitement of fighting for their lives, bedded down to rest on the
Fine.
first night. Little did they know that within 10 days, everyone they had seen or spoken to would perish.
We're here to save the town.
I have in my hand a D100.
Oh no. That's
Someone brave, call me high or low.
Low.
Low. While you sleep, a killer stalks the town.
Oh, interesting.
Xantus survives. Nadolia survives.
Boom. Come on, delicious food lady.
Nastinka survives.
Yes! Breakfast!
Antonelli
The butcher.
is in peril. Kane Greyspire is in peril.
Who's that? I only know Quentin.
Mino Morlin of Chednasad is safe.
maybe. it's
Triss.
not good. I don't know if that's good or not.
Does not roll.
Ooh,
Oh, because you're brave.
maybe.
Or because you're the killer.
Damn straight.
The sheriff survives.
Kevin?
Kevin.
He's just a poor bird.
Kevin is in peril.
No. Yes. Kevin, no.
Kane and Kevin?
We'll see you next week, folks.
Oh,
Thank you for joining us.